Welcome back! In these days, working from home is one of the most common things, but for some people it can be challenging to stay productive in this environment. Since I'm someone who absolutely loves to work from home, I want to talk about 4 effective routines that will help you to stay on track and to maximize your productivity while working from home. Routine number 1 is all about creating a dedicated workspace. And yes, one of the most important things is to have a designated area where you can focus completely on work. Having a dedicated workspace helps you mentally switch into the work mode, and it also helps to avoid any distractions. Make sure it's comfortable and well organized to boost your productivity. Especially your desk setup should be inviting and ready for your daily task. For me, it's really important to keep my desk setup clean, and that's why I always declutter it at least once a week, but in most cases before I even start to work. So try to avoid any unnecessary things and paperwork on your desk and try to keep it up to date. Especially your main working area should be inviting to make it as easy as possible for you to get started. I can also highly recommend to include some gadgets and accessories, like some coasters for cups, a monitor LED bar, or even a charging station to create a relaxing environment. So yeah, don't be afraid to invest in your desk setup or your office in general, because you will spend a lot of time here, and that's why it should fit your personality. Routine number 2 is all about setting a schedule. Because yeah, working from home can blur the lines between work and personal life, which can make it obviously way harder to stay productive. In this case, I highly recommend to create a daily schedule with set working hours. This helps a lot to stay on track and to maintain a healthy work-life balance. Stick to it as closely as possible to build a daily routine. Also, at the end of the day, try to add some important tasks for your next day to your priority list, because this will help you to get things done faster. Also, don't forget to actually mark these tasks as completed, because it's always great to reward yourself for completing certain steps. In this case, it's really important to try to find a good balance for your daily task, because you will have a better mindset if you know that you can actually complete your work, instead of having hundreds of tasks that you can't get done in that time period. And yes, this will also help a lot to improve your productivity, because you combine completing a task with a positive scenario. The third routine is all about taking regular breaks. When working from home, it is also super easy to get lost in your task and to forget to step away from your desk. And yes, being productive also requires breaks, especially between bigger tasks. Otherwise, it is possible that you won't put all the effort into each task, which leads ultimately to low quality results, or that you have to spend more time to get it done. Because yeah, this will boost your energy, prevent burnout, and your results will be way better. On top, if you actually use these kind of breaks, it is also way more likely to avoid procrastination, because you know that there are certain breaks that you can use for some other stuff. And it's also a great motivation to get certain steps done before you make such a break. And that leads us straight to routine number 4, and this one is all about limiting distractions. Working from home can be filled with potential interruptions, but there are ways to manage them. Actually, try to minimize distractions by silencing your phone, setting specific times for social media, and use noise cancelling headphones if needed. Try to create a personal focused work environment that supports your workflow. Because yeah, at the end of the day, it's not all about getting hundreds of tasks done, it's about getting the most important tasks done. And that's why it's super important to create a dedicated space for your work. Especially in these days, there are tons of distracting things around us, like your smartphone and even your computer. And yes, they are experts in getting our attention, so that's why it's important to use them just for specific things. What I can also highly recommend is to use a good old notebook for your tasks and to-dos. Because a notebook won't send out notifications, it can't share news, and you can't watch hundreds of reels. It just supports your productivity. And yes, there's also a dedicated video here on my channel about this notebook, so if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. But yeah, these are 4 work from home routines to stay productive. Creating a dedicated workspace, setting a schedule, and taking regular breaks is super important. On top, what I can also recommend is to limit distractions, because that can make a significant difference in your productivity and the overall work from home experience. Of course, everyone's work situation is unique, so feel free to adapt these routines to your specific needs and preferences. So, thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you need, don't forget to smash that subscribe button to stay updated for upcoming videos, and I'll see you in the next video.